Okay, I'm called Songmin Park. Introducing my major, English Language and Literature. So, what do you learn in this major? There's a question mark over there. English? Do you learn about English? Maybe. How to get good TOEFL scores? Is that what English is about? Or how to make English friends like Obama, Taylor Swift, or David Beckham? English friends? Unfortunately, it's not about that. Unfortunately, English Language and Literature is basically, there's two parts in the English major. One is language, one is literature. So the English major is a term for undergrad students focusing on the consumption, analysis, and production of text in English language. So students who major in English reflect upon and analyze and interpret literature and film, presenting their analysis in clear, cogent writing. Although Help Wanted posting rarely solicit English majors specifically, a degree in English honors critical thinking in skills is essential to a number of career fields, including writing, editing, publishing, and all that stuff. So basically, it's these two parts: how language is formed and learning about famous English literature. That's the basic parts of English literature. So skills required to learn this, there's specifically these three skills. So in the past, before we learn English major now, in the past degrees, it was meant an intensive study of British and American literature masterpieces. However, now English majors encompass a much broader range of topics which stress over multiple disciplines. While the requirements for an English major varies from university to university, most English departments emphasize on these three core skills: analyzing literature, a process which requires logic and reflective analysis; creativity and imagination with regards to the production of good writing; and finally, an understanding of different cultures, civilization, and literary styles from various time periods. So to the end of studying these disciplines, students for a major in English attend skills in rhetoric, literary analysis, and appreciation for the diversity of cultures, and an ability to clearly and persuasively express their ideas in writing. So that's basically what we learn here. So future careers, what do we do after you learn an English major? There's a lot: teaching, advertising and public relations, creative. Basically, it's unlimited because it's not specific enough to this is what you do. You can, based on the English literature that you learn, the English language you learn, you can do various stuff just like the ones that is shown above. So the conclusion of this is that English major does not equal to good TOEFL scores, good at English, getting new friends. It's not, basically, because although the language is in English, it's more about learning language and basically how language functions, for example, how when we do a specific language word, it's how it's pronounced and all that kind of stuff. So it's not you speak English all the time, so it's not about that. And so it does not equal to you're good at English, you're just good at language and literature, basically. Yeah. So English majors, there's various careers in that, and English majors include finally language and literature, just like these. Thank you.
Electrical and electronic. I think I'm the only engineering student in our class. Right? Yeah. So let me introduce my major. As is shown in the picture: computer, smartphone, semiconductor, power plant, and train. All of this is related with my major, especially so I can see my major is closely related to our life, especially that we can't live without electrical power. Besides, what do we do about, what is all it about? Engineers should take responsibility for the generation, transfer, and conversion of electrical power, and the transfer of information use radio waves. Then they should design the electronic circuits and computer systems. Certainly, it seems that our major is related to the computer systems. And also, besides, we should develop the control systems. And what do we do about it? Firstly, it's electrical energy system. It is about electrical machines and variable speed drives, and also about the high power electronic converts. Then electronic. It's very. I think it's very difficult to study it. And it's electromagnetic system is also related with electronic. We just need to do some research on the effect of this. And the computer systems, students are trained to design and implement computers and digital electronic systems. Then the control systems. Students learn technique to design control systems for both electronic and computer implementation, and also apply the knowledge to other branches of engineering. Last is the signal processing. Speech, radio waves, and television images are all examples of signals. So that's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jong-Seok Kim, and I'm a political science and international studies major. There are two students who major in international studies and political science in this class, and I'm the one who's going to talk about international studies, which is usually diplomacy. In order to explain my major, I need you to know what globalization is. Globalization is a condition and an event happened in a country, affects other countries greatly. So when a globalization is happening, one country cannot survive by itself. So what are the countries that are affecting Korea, our country, the most? America, number one country, both economically and militarily. It is also the country that affects South Korea the most in military. And what is going on in this country these days? President Obama has been re-elected as a president, and he is expected to turn his focus from Middle East to China and East Asia. China, number two country, experiencing the greatest growth of economy these days. It is the country that affects Korea the most in economy. What's going on here? Xi Jinping is expected to become the leader, which is a general secretary, and he is to focus on welfare rather than growth. Japan, number three country, used to be number two, but it just gave its place to China. Still, it is a country that has lots of power, but it is very threatened by the country close to it. For example, Korea and Japan. What's going on here? The Conservative Party, threatened by other countries, is expected to win the election, which is going to be this December. European Union, not as strong as its last centuries, but still has lots of power. Do you know who drew this cartoon? Yeah, 알콩달콩 경제. It is a very nice book. What's going on here? Economic crisis. Germany seems to have the key to solve this question, but this crisis is still affecting even Korea. So what about Korea? How are we doing these days? How is Korea? About number 11 or 12. It is a country surrounded by number 2, China, and number 3, Japan. So, and it is on top of that, it is the only country that is divided into north and south. So we have to admit that we are very in a hard condition to survive. So what do you have to do in order not only to survive, but also to thrive in this era? Let me give you some examples. Holding an international organization, opening an international event, becoming a leading subject of international economy. Finally, providing human resources who can lead this globe. So what are these all about? Diplomacy. That is why it is very important to study diplomacy in Korea. That is why it is very important for Korea. That is why diplomacy is so important in Korea, and that is why I'm very proud I'm a diplomacy major.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, my major is business, and this YSB means Yonsei School of Business. Most people usually say that your major is business, so do you want to be a CEO? But it's not the only one occupation. So this is the misunderstood part. CEO is the only one? No. I reflect on how greatly I show my major to you. So I use alphabet of business like BUSINESS. So that is occupations in School of Business. First, banking. Imagine that the man trading stocks and bonds using 6 computers which shows news, tables and graphs and so on. So this is the first one, and also everybody knows Bank of Korea like this, and a lot of our seniors got a job in this bank. And second, consulting firm. This is very popular in students who want higher salary and who seek intensity in life. So this one is very popular, and McKinsey and Boston Consulting Group are foreign company, and this Nemo Partners is Korea company. And if you talk with some students in business major, they usually say that if I get a job in McKinsey, dreams come true. Yeah. Then next, public service. Ordinary people think that public service is appropriate for major of politics and public administration, but actually civil service examination is classified by several parts, and primarily students of business school prefer to get a job on Ministry of Strategy and Finance. This one, yes. And certified public accountant. This is very popular, and that is CPA. And this one is not an unfamiliar word to you. And best over, Yonsei University has very great influence on this part, because successful applicants are the most in Korea, Yonsei University, and there are 4 famous accounting corporations such as Samil, Anjin, and Samjung, Hanyang. Yes. Next, foreign affiliated company. It is literally not a Korea company. For attracting your interest, I prepared this table in order of higher annual salary. Look at this closely and choose one thing. Yes, and there are lots of foreign affiliate company, more than what we expected. That shows Hanguk City Bank. That is, usually we think that is the Korea company, but this is not a Korean company. This is a foreign affiliated company. Yes, and I think you feel that it is not over yet, and I'm sorry, but 3 parts left. Legal career. Yes, the fact that students of business pursue the job in legal career sounds like so strange. Yes, but it also could be. Of course, it is not an easy way. And nowadays, government highlight youth CEO, so many contests of entrepreneurship exist. Even I have some interest in this part, so I participate in contest of Yonsei Enterprise Support Foundation, and I was awarded. Yeah. Yes. And last, this is the last one, social enterprise. Have you heard that the academy named SIFE? The SIFE is Student in Free Enterprise. It's an international non-profit organization that brings together student leaders and create a better, more sustainable world through the positive power of business. Yes, and next, I want to show a good model of social enterprise. This is the big issue. I am the volunteers of this company, so I want to share this experience, but time's up, so it's good time to know about my major business. So knowing about your major is important to send your own way. Thank you for listening.